Okay, so let's do some of the student practice. Let's do 51 first since you circled those. We have 9x squared. I'm going to line them up with x's by x's, y's by y's. You should too. 50y minus 164 is equal to 0. So let's start off by moving this 164 over. I don't like that on that side. 9x squared minus 36x plus 25y squared, 50y is 164. Okay, now we're going to complete the square on the x's, and then we're going to complete the square on the y's. So let's factor out the 9 from the x's. We have 9x squared minus 4x plus something minus something. Notice I put parentheses like that. Those are important. And then we're going to factor out 25 from y. So plus 25y squared plus 2y plus something minus something is equal to 164. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to complete the square on this thing and this thing. We're going to ignore the 9 and the 25 outside. So if you complete the square on the negative 4, you have negative 4 over 2 squared, which is negative 2 squared, which is 4. So we're going to add 4 and 4. Similarly, we're going to take the 2 over the 2 from the y, and we have 1 squared, which is 1 and 1, so 1 and 1. Okay, now, these two things that I've underlined, they factor nicely. This is going to be 9 9 parentheses. This is a negative 2, so this is x minus 2 squared. And then we have minus 4. And then we have plus 25. And then we have, this is going to be y. This is a positive 1 squared. So y plus 1 squared minus 1 is equal to 164. Okay, so far so good. Let's distribute the 9 and the 25 now. We're going to distribute to these two things. We have 9x minus 2 squared minus 36 plus 25, sorry, didn't need that parenthesis, y plus 1 squared minus 25 is equal to 164. Okay, so let's get these over to the other side, plus 25, and then plus 36. Oh man, so this is 225 I think. So this is going to be 9x minus 2 squared plus 25 y plus 1 squared is equal to 225. Okay, now you said that you think these are circles and ellipses. If these are circles and ellipses, it is an ellipse, then you need this to equal 1, so we have to divide by 225 on both sides. Okay, now if I'm not mistaken, 9 quarters is $2.25, so 9 and 25 go into each other, or 225. So we have x minus 2, well this is 1 over 25. Okay, so this is 25, plus, this is 1, this is 9, y plus 1 squared over 9 is equal to 1. So we've got the standard form. Okay, this is the standard form of the equation. If we wanted the center, 2, negative 1. We know that a squared is equal to 25, so a is 5. We know b squared is equal to 9, so b is 3. So this has a horizontal stretch, so if we go to 2, -1, there's our center. In the x direction, we go 5 to the left, 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just assume that I'm doing this good. I guess I kind of drew that out of scaling. This should be a little bit closer. Okay, and then we have 3 up and 3 down, so we go up 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we kind of draw our ellipse. So it's more shaped like this than anything. That's the main idea. I know that mine doesn't look that good because it's not to scale. I should have used graph paper on the screen. But that's the general idea of this. You just complete the square twice, and then you distribute and do all these things. So the hard part is really just getting the completing the square down. That's a lot of work. But if you remember small tricks, like when you do the b over 2, that's what's going to be the factoring of this and this, then that makes it a little bit quicker for you. Next, we'll look at the next set. For instance, let's look at 44. 4x squared minus, I'll put plus 32x minus y squared plus 6y plus 39 is equal to 0. Okay, so if I'm going to do this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to move the 39 over. We're going to do exactly the same thing, but we know this is going to be a hyperbola. Only reason I know this is a hyperbola is we have a minus for y squared and we have a plus for x squared. Unless it was a parabola, but parabolas will only have one squared variable, so that's how I know it's a hyperbola, not a parabola. So, we have, I'm going to factor out the 4, we have 4 parentheses x squared plus 4x, I'm sorry, that's not 4x, plus 8x, plus something, minus something. I'm going to need more space, so I'm going to move this all over, hold on. Then we have minus, so I'm factoring the negative out. So we put the minus there, we have y squared. So since I factored a negative out, and the 39's on the other side, minus 6y plus something, minus something, and I need the parentheses. Okay, and then it looks like I just ran out of room again. So let's move this further. Is equal to negative 39. Okay, so we complete the square, or 8 over 2. I always write this squared, so that's 4 squared, which is 16, so I'm going to put 16 here. Then I have negative 6 over 2 squared, which is negative 3 squared, which is 9, so 9 and 9. And then we're going to start factoring. We have 4 parentheses x plus 4 squared. I only got that because this is positive 4. Minus 16 minus y squared. Sorry, we're factoring that. Y minus 3 squared. Plus, this is factored, so minus 9 is equal to negative 39. Don't forget that parenthesis. Distribute. So we have 4 x plus 4 squared minus 64 minus y minus 3 squared plus 9 is equal to negative 39. Subtract 9. And then we're going to add 64 to that number. This is going to be 4x plus 4 squared minus 64 minus y minus 3 squared is negative 48. at 64. 4x plus 4 squared minus y minus 3 squared is equal to 16. Okay, hyperbolas are equal to 1, so divide by 16, divide by 16, divide by 16. The only way it's a circle is if the x and y have the same coefficient in the front. And then these simplify as x plus 4. If we simplify the fraction, we get over 4 minus y minus 3 squared over 16 is 1. Okay, so I'll turn my graphing grid on. So give me 1 second. We've got okay, so we've got graphing now, and let's draw this real fast. Get something like this. The center of this square I'm going to draw is at -4, so the center, -4, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's our center. In the x direction, I'm going to go 2. 1, 2, put a dot. 1, 2, put a dot. And then in the y direction, I'm going to go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to try and draw a rectangle. So let's try and get this to work. Alright, it didn't like that. Let's try it again. I doubt it's going to like that one either. I'm trying to get a rectangle to come up. Okay, I give up. So, now, on the diagonals, you just kind of put some dots. It goes all the way from this corner to this corner. I know I didn't do a very good job. I guess, here I can do this. I'll do it with a ruler so you can see it a little better. I guess I could have drawn the rectangle with a ruler too. So let's do it real quick. So, these are the asymptotes, by the way. So if we go like this. Okay, there's that one. There's that one. Okay, now, question becomes, where do I draw the parabolas? Do I draw them here and here? I'll do that in red, or blue. Well, I'm pretty sure in the other video I said that you look at the one that's positive. That's the one that determines it. And so if we're going to use that one, that's this one, that's the x-axis, so it goes something like this. Unless I'm mistaken. I think that's the rule. So that would be our graph, and then obviously you want to check that. You could probably check it with Desmos, and I think you'll be okay. I hope this helps. Thank you for watching.